Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk to you about moving forward and sort of the benefits of it, and sorry, my phone keeps shifting. The benefits of it, and maybe some things we can do to help us get out of our way. So moving forward can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, depending on their circumstances. It could mean anything from moving forward due to some sort of calamity that's happened. Could mean moving forward in a relationship. It could mean moving forward in in work. It could mean moving forward in a project. There's all kinds of different ways you can move forward. But what they all seem to have in common is that you're not stuck where you are. You have found a way to take one step closer to whatever your goal may be. And it might be happiness. It might be the completion of a project. It might mean, same thing. It could mean anything, right? It depends on what you make it mean. So because of this, it's important that you understand what your why is. And, with that clarity comes more reasons, why it's great to move forward. So for me, one of the things that it's both a strength and a weakness. It depends on the moment, whether I'm calling it a strength or a weakness. But for me, with projects, for example, so I have a lot of projects on the go at one time. And I love to do a lot of things. And I do them to the extent to which I'm happy, and then I move forward. And sometimes I do them to a point where I get stuck, and then I move forward. Like, I move forward with something else. I don't always move forward with the project that I'm working on. But what that break allows me to do is to come back with it and look at it with a fresh perspective. And that is often when they will take the next step and move forward. It's not that I often abandon it altogether. It's that I abandon it for the time being. And I let my mind rest on that particular, frustration or technical point that I can't get my head wrapped around, or whatever it is that's stopping me. And then I move forward when I have clarity around that. So I look for the clarity. I go back to my reason for doing it. If it's a strong enough reason, like for example, I'm working on this quilt right now, and I'm stuck a little bit on some color choices, which I will get sorted out in the next week or so. But my reason for continuing to make the quilt is strong enough because it's for my granddaughter, and so I will finish it. If I didn't really have a reason to finish it, if I didn't really know why I was making this particular quilt other than just to make a quilt, I may not be so quick to go back to it. And I know this because I have 2 other quilts that I've started for no apparent reason other than I wanted to do some quilting and they need to be finished. And I haven't gone back to them yet. So, and the same can be said in, relationships, or with, whether it be with friends or with family members or with, somebody you love, like a life partner, or, if you know why you want to be with that person, if that's very clear in your mind, then it's much easier to overcome any obstacles that are in your way, because that desire, sorry, the wind outside is like crazy. That desire to be with them is strong. So, it makes sense, right? And then, maybe you're moving forward after some calamity has happened, some life event, unfortunate life event, or some natural disaster, but something that's really upset your apple cart. And it's hard because you feel like you're starting over at the beginning, or you feel like you're even further behind than you were when you started at the beginning. And so everything seems insurmountable. And in situations like that, I find it's really good to just take things one step at a time. Focus on only what's in front of you. You know, if you look to the top of the mountain and you realize you have to climb that high, then it's easy to get overwhelmed and not be able to sort of hit that pinnacle as quickly as you'd like to. But if you just focus on the next step, the next step, and the next step, and then after a while you happen to look towards the top of the summit and you realize, oh, you know what, I'm a third of the way up that mountain already, or I'm further ahead than I thought I would be, that kind of a thing, then it becomes easier to keep going because you've got the momentum going behind you. So that's just another example. Anyway, that's my musings for the day. Have a great one, everyone.